Okay, this is the Uniden R7 International. This is my personal one on the v137 firmware. This is the new international firmware, and I'm just going through central Wellington to start with, and we're going to see how many false K-bands it picks up. So it's running the segmentation set for Wellington, and so it shouldn't pick up many falses. So it can still detect all the mobile police speed camera vans in Wellington region, but it's segmented to remove as many of the false alerts as is possible. It's also got KBlocks, so it's got KBlocks for Mazdas, it's got KBlocks for Holdens, it's got KBlocks for a few other things. So if you do want to run wider segments, it's still got KBlocks as well. It's got amazing GPS features, as we'll see later. So generally speaking, it's a really nice new firmware version. You'll see it's got the anti-theft sticker on top. So the anti-theft personalization, I'll do a separate video of that later, but basically the firmware is locked in so that the database, the GPS database, can be updated without needing to be unlocked, but the firmware itself and the personalization needs to be unlocked before it can be updated. So say segmented, it's segmented 23.97 to 24.05. Oh, there we go, 23.993. We have a false alert. First one. But only brief, really brief. Wow. So as I say, segmented 23.97 to 24.05, set up for Wellington. That's where I am. Obviously if I'm in Auckland, segmentation is actually similar in Auckland. Other regions you can expand the segmentation out. The Uniden R7NZ has a fixed K segment, that's 23.90 through to 24.100, I think. So it's quite a wider segment. It's a significantly much wider segment, and this gives you the beauty of just having nice, perfectly quiet, optimised segmentation for your region. Astonishing. One false alert. If I just do
menu, factory reset completed.
That will now reset the segmentation to be full wide. And if we just compare that, already we've got a false at 24.149. So immediately we start picking up false signals without segmentation. There we go, 24.164. So segmentation's brilliant. Even with the KBlocks, you still need some kind of segmentation. So anybody importing a US detector, that's fine, but you're going to get false alerts. The international version is stunning.
Menu.
So I've just put the segmentation back in. 23.97, 24.05, and then we can just run the GPS
Exit
against the red speed camera in Wellington. Okay, so the red speed camera is a bit further down. We got tunnels, so we should probably lose GPS momentarily. Maybe not. Right, where's that red speed camera?
Red light, speed camera ahead.
Oh, 270 meters. So the camera's right there, it's hidden by the trees a little bit. Just past it there, line of sight, it's on that line. There we go. She's bleeped to tell us when we've passed it. Nice. So the red speed camera alert, GPS alert, has overspeed warning as well. So it's not just telling you about red light, it's also telling you the fact that it's red light and speed. Now we've got a speed camera coming up. Normally we would only get a maximum of 300 meters. On the R7 International firmware we should get alerts a lot more than that, depending whether it's an urban speed camera type or a rural speed camera type. This one I think
Speed camera ahead.
540 meters, and notice she tells you the speed limit as well. So we've got 100 kilometer an hour limit. We've got our actual speed as well, 90, and the range to the camera. There's the redflex speed camera. Just past line of sight of the camera, so again she bleeps and tells us when we've passed the line of sight of the camera. So we get a lot more range. So I think that one was an urban speed camera type. Others in the database are rural cameras, and those you can have a maximum range of 800 meters. And the range is one thing, but it doesn't give you an overspeed warning straight away. So if you're doing 800 meters away, you don't want to be annoyed necessarily with an overspeed warning. So the overspeed warning kicks in at 300 meters. So we're approaching one of Wellington's other most, probably the most well-known camera. And one of the great things about the new firmware is not just the range on the GPS, but the database is also specifically set up for this version. So we can get GPS alerts that are active around bends. So GPS itself,
Speed camera ahead.
so she can be 490 meter warning, and we're round a bend. So again, I'm doing.
Speed camera ahead.
It's just reinforcing the fact that there is a camera ahead. I'm just going to go over the speed briefly. No, I'm not. There's the camera. Pass line sight the camera, and we're happy again. So again, it's really hard to get 300 meter plus alert if your GPS is only set in a straight line. So the database accounts for cameras which are on bends in the road. So it helps to maximise or help give you a much better warning than just 300 metres or less, maybe only 100 metres in many instances. Okay, so turn KBlocks off, turn segmentation off, see if we get a false alert off that Mazda. go, 24, 1, 2, 3, that's the Mazda. Yep. So 24, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, there we go.
K-band, front.
Nice.
Menu. On. Exit.
Sorry, my display's gone. It's too bright. Right. KBlocks on. Let's see, now we've got a police car coming. Interesting. No KA on that. Oh, something's gone way up ahead. Don't know. So KBlocks, so segmentation now turned off. I did a factory reset. I turned the KBlocks off. We got the Mazda. I've put the KBlocks back on. Still running full wide on K-band, and we're not picking up the Mazda. So 24.123 is one of the frequencies which is K-blocked. Oh, don't do that. Just stay behind the Mazda. Good, you're going that way. Done. And we'll see if we should get some other K-falses. So again, segmentation off, not getting the Mazda, but we should get some other falses. There's a low K false here, well, middle-ish K false coming up. There we go, that's that one, that's 24.
K-band, rear.
24089, so that's the false we have here. So we're getting that false, the K-band is still active, but we're not getting the Mazda. So nice, K-blocks working well. So again, for those people that need the slightly wider segments, if they're driving cross country, where there are some vans at about 2408, 2409, where that false is, we can get those, but we don't get Mazdas. Even if we need wide segmentation. Obviously, if we're running segmentation, then the Mazda is segmented anyway. But for people in other countries, that can be quite useful.
KA band 34712 front.
Where is it? Here, number 31712. Hey, that's really good range then.